Lance, you guys made the punt 5 times in the first quarter. The defense kind of did its job from there. Just what you see on that side of the ball tonight?
Yeah, I thought we played really well in the first quarter, getting off the field. A very challenging offense, a pace of play, and the variety in which they operate. I thought we were extremely physical. I thought we tackled well at that part, and really was an indication of our opportunity to take control of the game.
You talked about the physicality. A lot of times at the end of camp, you'll say we're ready to hit somebody else. Does that happen after a bye week where it's been 2 weeks since you've hit the guys? Because you guys were incredibly physical tonight all over.
That's a good question. Obviously, DK and the defense staff, we challenged, because we didn't tackle as well as we should have 2 weeks ago, or we could have. And again, going back to some fundamental stuff, trying to work at it, there still wasn't a live tackling period, but it was back to fundamentals and doing different things and working at it. And you kind of go through the open week, you kind of worry sometimes you're stale. But again, we've been able to play decently after these breaks, and I thought really Thursday leaving the practice field, our group was excited to play again, and they went through their walkthrough as probably as intensive they've been, and kind of had a feeling that they were ready to go today, and I thought they did a nice job.
What'd you think of the tempo too? How you guys handled?
I thought we did well. Again, you're still trying to get things communicated and stuff, but all in all, I would say, and with just that, just the view of and what I'm listening to during the game, I thought it was good. Still get better at it, but I was pleased.
I just wanted to get your take on special teams overall play.
Yeah, Brandon McAnderson just asked me that as well. I thought, you kind of look at it and start talking about, I didn't know all the fins of, in fact, I'll try to take a quick here look, 46-yard average of punting, 4 inside the 20. That one really kind of gets forgotten sometimes in this, but I thought we had a really good day special teams wise. Thought our coverage units were good. Again, Emmanuel's kick return was definitely a huge turning point in the game. Put that with the field goal right before the half. I think it really kind of made a statement there for us. So really pleased on where we're at in special teams.
And then LeSean kind of had his big game. So
yeah, Daniel was slow, didn't practice much. Really came along, tried his hardest to go out, practiced. Some on Wednesday and Thursday. Wanted to give it a go and tried and wasn't able to. Had to shut him down. LeSean knew that this might be a game that he would have to step up more. I really thought he did, and he runs physical. He does such a good job. He's a good one-cut guy as well. But that was impressive. I told him I didn't know you're that fast. I'll run everybody on that one. But it was a heck of a run. He got some good downfield blocking, and again, a big-time game for him.
Coach, they came in 4th in the country in sacks. You did not allow a sack today. Talk about how well your offensive line played.
Yeah, I was pleased with, again, the protection of our line. Jalen did a great job escaping some pressures as well. That was an impressive defense as we watched on film, especially up front, very athletic. And again, there are multiple looks, and the aggressiveness in which that front for them plays was definitely going to be a challenge. But really proud of the way our group has come together. They've done a good job protecting Jalen, and again, probably a big part of this game again is when he can stay out of minus yardage plays.
Lance, you talked about how much you like this group. How much does this final score illustrate what you think this group is capable of?
Yeah, because we still left some things out there. The 4th down. There's some other things that are not as clean as we completely like. But I do like the makeup of this football team. I like how they go about it daily. Though we're never perfect. I like the attitude of which they've been extremely coachable. They own up to where we got to get better. And hopefully today is one that we continue for them to have the hunger to keep going, be coached, be pushed, and again, get ready for another challenging game next week.
Coach, since West Virginia joined the Big 12, they were 10-2 against the Jayhawks going into this game. On Monday, you talked about what it would mean to beat West Virginia in a conference opener. What does it mean now that you've got the win and you won the way you did?
Well, it's important to get off the conference play, and I don't know about one particular opponent. I think, like when you asked on Monday, I think we talked about how good the matchups were. This was probably the most lopsided of all those, and for us to be able to do that means a lot. We know that they were coming in riding high after their big win and was going to play with a lot of confidence. So, margin of victory is good in many regards, but again, it only counts for one win, but hopefully it's one that this group takes a lot of pride in, because I think I also said on Monday as well, wins are hard to come by, period, and this conference is so balanced across the board that we need to embrace them as they go, clean it up from there, and get ready to go again.
We've talked a lot about Trey recently, but today you're making the captain, and he gets a sack and a pick. Just what went in that decision? What did you see from him today?
Well, I think you want me to say because he played at West Virginia that was into it. That's really what you want me to say, right, Henry?
I mean, there might be
If
more.
you want me to,
I mean,
you should
I
have just asked it that way.
I already knew that. I didn't know what else.
Well, then write it.
I didn't know what else might have factored in to the.
I mean, but no, did it have a factor? Yes. But Trey has been playing good football, and Trey has become more confident and more vocal and has become a better leader within our defense and our program, and he's well respected. So that was also part of the equation, and maybe being a former Mountaineer had something to do with it as well.
Lance, what did you see on like the turning play with Jalen early in the?
Well, I went there because I thought the whole thing was going to get out of hand, and that's where what I saw was a targeting call, and then I didn't see what of course our guys are going to try to defend somebody, and I didn't see the exact if Kobe Baines was the first one to push somebody, then I saw somebody else in a white jersey push somebody, and then Calvin Clemens was. That's where I went to try to get it before we just have a disaster. And that's tough for officials and all that. And again, people are playing hard when a quarterback goes to slide. Sometimes that's tough on a lot of people. I do understand that, but it definitely was. I think everybody in the place could see it. But yeah, and then Devin Dye had one, and again, I thought it, and in fact, the official said to me as they were reviewing it, he thought his face was up on it, and it's not a defenseless, he's not defenseless as the runner there, but I think the replay showed that his head was down and hit with the crown of the helmet, which is unfortunate because it was a nice hit. So, but again, all those things are for the safety of the game, to keep guys healthy, and that's what's most important. And anything, again, we want to defend our teammates and do those things, but we, again, trying to make sure there's composure across the board, and that is also important. And I'm glad it got settled as quick as it did.
Looking at the middle eight, what did you like most about what you guys did, kind of end of the first half, start of the second half? Well,
we get to stop, right? You got to help me with everything that happens at that. We get in the middle eight. Is that the fourth down? Do we get a fourth down stop?
Fourth down.
We got a fourth down stop, and then we go down. And of course, I thought again we were going to be try to aggressive a little bit with the time frame that we had, and then Jalen makes a couple big runs. We're going to try to take one shot in the end zone, try to score a touchdown, and then we decided, worst case, we're gonna take the three and the momentum with the ball coming out the second half, and and then the kick return, Emmanuel had, he was supposed to fair catch the first one, okay, and he took it out anyway, and he took it like to midfield, so I knew he was pretty, he was pretty confident on what was happening, and of course you could really chance, the cool thing is you get everybody a chance to see how fast the guy really is, and it was an impressive run and a big time boost for us in that middle eight.
And just prior to Jalen running the ball there, it seemed like there were some struggles with the run game.
Yeah.
Maybe you mentioned there with West Virginia, but what do you think went into everything there?
Yeah, again, when you get so many multiple looks and what they're doing, and there's things, I thought, even when there were, you know, the talks about pressure and Jalen's kind of escaping things, I thought we had some people open, and he kind of was overthrowing and trying to make some things happen. But yeah, we were struggling to run the ball there, but then, you know, we even talked at halftime, we have to have Jalen run a little bit more, because that was the one thing we could still look into. The other thing we talked about was trying to go at them a little bit more downhill and try to hit some things, and I thought LeSean did, and I thought Harry and Johnny did a nice job when they came in for their opportunities as well to give us some quality runs.
Time for one more, Jordan.
Lance, this is your first week having to deal with player availability reports with the Big 12. How do you feel that process unfolded for you?
You know, Trent Carter's the main, our athletic trainer, does a great job here. You know, I think he's one of the best in the business and extremely professional. We went through it, you know. He kind of tells me where it's at, what we're doing, and I think it went okay. I should ask you guys, you guys probably see it after that. I think it was okay and beneficial. I don't, you know, it has to be at a certain time. He's kind of telling me the league will post it at what is it, 9 p.m. each night or whatever that is. We talk mid-afternoon, late afternoon, where it's at. Then he hits me up again about if there's any other changes that have come across. If not, we're gonna go with what we said before. So I think it's fine. And, you know, I think you guys that are here all the time know, to me, as long as it's even for everyone and people are doing it the way it's intended, it's good for football.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.